right, John, Daniel, believe it or not, it's been 30 years of Pokemon. And it's easy to bring this up with every major milestone of Pokemon, but remember the 90s when everybody thought Pokemon would be a fad that dies out, and somehow that did not happen? It
Mhm.
just stayed a juggernaut. Crazy to think that we've come this far. And Pokemon Day is coming up as the time of this recording in just a few days. And potentially Gen 10 is on the horizon. But before we get to that next generation, I thought it'd be fun to look back and do a poll related to Pokemon itself. And they have a lot of options, and we'll probably do a few of them in the future. But for now, I thought a good way to start things out is the way everybody begins with a Pokemon journey, and that's their starter. That's their first partner Pokemon. And so, yeah, I wanted to hear everybody's top 10 starters to see who is the favorite, who is the absolute favorite among all 29 starters. And we're going with all the gens plus Pikachu and Eevee, since Pikachu has been a starter twice now, and Eevee technically once, actually, honestly, multiple times because of spinoff games. But we're mainly going off the main series here. So yeah, I guess the big question here before we get started is what was your, I guess, who was your first starter and who's your favorite starter?
I think my first starter is the most bland, normal answer I can give you, which is Charmander.
What about you, Daniel?
Oh man, my first starter, in fact, was Pikachu. I had
Oh,
Pokemon Yellow. I didn't get into Pokemon as soon as the series started. I got in there when the anime was a thing, and I was led to believe that all the games would kind of be modeled after the anime. So when I was given the next generation to choose between one, I'm just like, I have a choice now, and I
how
also
do I
don't
do
get the other
this?
ones.
Ash always gets all three. This isn't fair. Yeah, it's interesting that I my first was Squirtle.
Mm.
I had seen the anime a little bit, not really. I didn't have the channel, so I wasn't able to watch it too much, but I was aware of Pokemon being a thing. And then my mom came home from a shopping trip one day, and she handed me a copy of Pokemon Blue. And she didn't buy it for me. She found it on the ground in the parking lot. Some kid
What?
had lost it
What?
somehow, and just there was a copy of Pokemon Blue. It's like, well, Derrick plays games, and I'm like, oh
Yoink,
yeah, I'm
she
aware of this
said. Yeah.
Pokemon. I'm like, oh, I'm aware of Pokemon, so let me pop this in and play. And then came the addiction. It was like,
Ah.
oh, this is really, really good. And yeah, I just completely got addicted. I saw Blastoise in the covers, like, well, that looks pretty cool, and Squirtle's really, really cute. So that's why I went with Squirtle as my first.
Well, one thing I like about Gen 1 is if you choose Charmander or Pikachu, you're kind of stuck with a hard mode to begin with, and you're very
Mm.
much taught to catch other Pokemon like a Caterpie or a Weedle or something like that to deal with the Rock Gym. Whereas Squirtle and Bulbasaur are kind of they have an easy street to begin with, and I like how you're sort of forced to catch something else if you choose, or if you're forced to have Pikachu. That was pretty neat.
Yeah, you start off, you especially more so for Charmander because your first gym leader is Brock, your second gym leader is
Mhm.
Misty. Those types are already a disadvantage for Charmander. So it's
Yeah.
a little bit easier on Pikachu even. But yeah, I like how like the most popular one, quote unquote, would be the one that gives you the most difficult time as you kind of
Yeah.
forces you to learn like how Pokemon actually works though, which does work out.
Hmm. Yeah, and I I remember getting a second copy of the game just so I could trade, like, start the game, trade over the starter, start the game again, trade over the starter, and that way I could have all three at the beginning. They didn't listen until I got a few gym badges, but at least I got them. So, yeah. Did your starter remain your favorite? Because Squirtle's still my favorite Pokemon.
No, my favorite is one that the internet's always really mean to. I love
Oh,
Chikorita, that little
oh.
beanie leaf guy. And I thought everybody loved him until one day I came online and people are just kicking him for some reason.
That's so mean.
Yeah.
What about you,
Uh,
Daniel?
well, I'm glad it's also a Gen 2 because my favorite's always been Cyndaquil.
Mm.
My heart is always towards Generation 2 and 5, but for 2 especially, I love those starters, and Cyndaquil is always going to be the top one for me.
Cyndaquil's pretty cool. Funny enough, for Gen 2, Totodile was my favorite. So we
There we
represent all
go.
three.
Here we go.
It's perfect.
You'll never beat my perfect baked potato, though. I love my Cyndaquil.
Well, it'll be very interesting to see where everybody ends up with this one, because we had a whopping 1,976 votes for this thing.
Dang.
Unsurprising, because people are very passionate about their Pokemon. And yeah, because there's only 29 choices, there's some high point values for just about everything. So let's jump right into it with our number 10, which got 4,259 points.
Okay.
Oh,
What
man.
do you guys
it's
think?
tricky to know what to go for, because we could only have like 3 generations represented through all this thing. I'll go with a fairly new one with Score Bunny, a little sporty boy.
Man. Yeah, this is a difficult one to even start with. And then you have the wild cards of Pikachu and Eevee, which are not your traditional starters as
Yeah.
well. Like, are they gonna interrupt in here somewhere? I'm gonna start off with someone else that I feel like is a favorite but isn't always represented. Let's go with Snivy.
Oh,
Good
Snivy.
choice.
Yeah, I like that choice. All right, at number 10, Daniel, you at least got the type right. At number 10, Turtwig.
Turtwig.
Turtwig, yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Which
That's
I don't know.
a little that's a little low on the list for me. I'm going to be honest right now. Sorry, Turtwig fans, but that's a bit lower on my list.
I have an affinity for Turtwig because I did a Gen 4 Nuzlocke, and Turtwig would hang in there much longer than he would think. He was a fighter there. So I have an affinity for Turtwig. So yeah, I've grown to really enjoy him. And the interesting thing about these stories, I didn't give any guidelines, and it wasn't say like, because technically this represents the entire line, but you can judge it. You can judge it on aesthetics, on how viable it is as competitive, just general feelings. There's no really one way about here. So why is Turtwig one of your, not lesser, but not high up on your list, Daniel?
I'm not sure. I guess there's always Squirtle was the first turtle starter Pokemon. Honestly, getting a little bit of Thunder stolen in that way. But I don't know. I think Turtwig is probably my least ever looked at or used starter from that generation. Nothing against the little turtle boy, but I always would use Piplup in that generation, or even Chimchar. I think Chimchar was, in that time, I wasn't tired of the firefighting Pokemon aesthetic, but that was a point I was getting tired. But no, I don't know. It's just not as appealed by the little grass turtle boy.
Yeah, I'm quite similar. Like, I don't even love Chimchar that much. It's just you look at those starters from Gen 4, and Piplup's the clear winner. Look at that little round penguin. Yeah, there's no competition.
I get that, but there's something, I don't know. I can't really. I like turtles to begin with. He's one of my favorite animals. So it's like
I like turtles.
I have a sort of an affinity for Turtwig, and it's an interesting typing, grass ground. So you can actually easily take care of electric. I think the evolutions are pretty interesting. The way he grows an entire forest. You have that whole like turtle carrying the land on its back as it gets older, as it grows bigger. I think there's a lot of aesthetical value to Turtwig, and it's interesting to see it rise up so high on this list and among and generally everybody. I think a lot of people might feel about Turtwig how you feel about Chikorita. It's like, well, why doesn't everybody like him? You look at him; he's a little snapping turtle.
Well, Chikorita's got a far bigger leaf. Let's just put that out there.
All about that leaf, huh? Yeah. So I mean, taste, but I think I have an affinity for Turtwig, so I was happy to see him. Although I was like Daniel, where for the longest time I called him Turtwig. Took me forever to realize, oh wait, Twig is in there. That's the pun. So there we go.
Always going to be Turtwig to me.
Turd is always going to be. There we go. All right, well, let's go ahead and move on to our number 9 Pokemon. So there's our basis. So it's a little low for you guys. So I'd be curious to see how you adjust for our number 9 Pokemon, beating out Turtwig by a little less than 700 points.
Okay.
Oh man,
like 680 85 or something like
What
that.
does your gut
I'm
say, Daniel?
I'm gonna say someone that perhaps has risen a bit in popularity due to recency. I'm gonna go with Totodile.
Okay. They I think I said at the end of the last top 10, my wife was showing me an Instagram reel of asking people at conventions their favorite Pokemon, and Totodile won that one. So
Oh,
Mm.
I think things have
Oh,
changed for that little crocky boy. Um, I will go with a little piggy boy, Tepig.
okay.
Tepig.
Tepig,
Hmm.
Epic.
yoink.
Interesting. All right. John, you got the generation right.
Uh, uh,
At number 9, Trico.
okay.
That's the wrong generation, but we'll go with
Oh,
it.
wait.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
that's right. Tepig is Gen
that's
5. Oh,
quite.
my
That's like
God.
two
I'm
before.
mixing them up. Oh, God. Who was the fire starter? Oh, right. It was
Torchic.
Torchic. Whoops.
Torchic.
Yeah.
I'm a real Pokemon fan. Anyway, Trico's awesome. That was my choice for that gen.
Trico is cool.
It was
And
really cool.
Sceptile makes for a fantastic final evolution.
Mhm.
They-
It's probably the best evolution of the lot of those three. So I think all three starters start off really cute.
Mhm.
Torchic turns into a little bit of a weird boy in his middle cycle, but yeah, I think this one just consistently stays cool. And it's always a standout, especially when you put all the grass starters next to each other. This one just looks different. Like some of them kind of merge together, but this one is just such a different vibe. Mostly because he's not a plant; it's just like a little lizard guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't
The
think about that, but go ahead, Daniel. Go ahead, Daniel.
yeah, that evolution line is a lot more, it stands a lot more to me. And I feel like for some of these, I didn't mention it yet, I feel like the anime might also adjust people's perspective of these characters, because some of these starters in the anime have very distinct personalities. I remember as it evolved, this Pokemon would just have the little reed, a little twig in its mouth, and it just
Oh,
looks
yeah.
so cool and so like too cool for everybody else. But no, I really like Trico as it evolved, and also in the anime. But as the starter itself is also a very cool design all the way through its evolutionary line, as you said.
I think that is the sort of rarity there is that a lot of these Pokemon, not all of their evolutions work. As you said, uh, Torchic gets a sort of an odd looking mid evolution. Blaziken is
Yeah.
fine. And Mudkip is not not my personal favorite, but there's interesting stuff there. But I don't know. There's natural coolness about Trico, and the grass elements sort of come on as he evolves. Like his tail becomes a tree essentially, and then apparently he can shoot that tree out some attacks. So it's unique, and just I don't know. I just something stands out about Trico. It's just one of those solid evolutions all throughout the series, or throughout their evolution. I was like trying to think of a different word for evolution, but kind of hard for that one. But yeah, Trico was my choice that gen, and I was very happy with that choice.
It is funny how the middle evolution can bring things down because we spend such little time with them in the grand scheme, like maybe
Mhm.
a few hours, if that.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I think when I chose Mudkip, I'm pretty sure in this generation, and I like them a lot, but I'm not as fond as most of the evolutions. I think it's a really cute regular like start off design, and gradually just becomes a little bit more of a little freak, and I don't like that as much.
uh, I remember when everybody saw Sprigatito, just like
Yeah,
don't make him bipedal, don't make him bipedal, don't make
yeah,
him
yeah,
bipedal
yeah,
every time, and sure enough, bipedal.
yeah.
It's
Just
interesting you say that you spend the least time with second evolution, because I feel like I spend the least time with the first evolution. Like you just immediately evolve them in hours, and then you're with the second boy for quite a while until you're finally at that third evolution. But no, I think that's pretty much what it is. Like I really enjoy like how it evolves into its evolution in the Sceptile. And so the middle evolutions like Marsh Stomp and Combuskin, I just don't remember as fondly, or
Yeah.
like as a design. Essentially, I don't really
Mhm.
remember them from just memory as much as I do for the Grovyle, for example. It's just set out to the Grovyle and every that line essentially.
Mhm. It seems like a natural evolution, natural progression, I guess, for the design. very much so. I actually offhand, do you guys keep your starter in your party the entire game, or do you actually swap them out at some point?
I'll keep them. It's rare that I don't keep them.
Yeah,
If it's
I've always kept them. It feels weird not to.
Yeah, I've done playthroughs where I haven't kept them, but the main one, yeah, pretty much always.
Yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, Trico at number 9. So let's go ahead and move on to our number 8 top 10 starter Pokemon or partner Pokemon. And this beat out Trico by only 120 points.
All right. Will this all be grass? Let's see.
What are you feeling now that we've gone through these two?
I'm feeling that we are going to break the grass cycle. But I don't know what with. I think I'll go with a fire type. I'll go with Fennekin.
Okay. Yeah, I was also thinking that generation with Froakie. So I'm also wondering how closely or how much will Greninja carry Froakie in popularity. But
pretty far.
well, let's see.
All right. At number 8, I'm not going to talk generations again because I already got myself in trouble. So no more of that. At number 8, Piplup.
Piplup.
Oh,
Piplup.
Piplup.
Okay.
A good little penguin boy.
Love a good Piplup. Yeah.
Piplup's amazing. I fondly remember watching the anime, and Don's Piplup was always such a standout for me. It just had so much personality for being just this little lad of a penguin.
There's so many circles in Piplup. Like the head is a circle, the body is a circle, the eyes are a circle. There's like circles on its chest. Circle boy. But I love how you get this really cute squidgy design, and then it becomes like a king penguin. Just a really cool cycle. And I think that's my favorite Pokemon from that generation.
I think it has the coolest design. I have an appreciation for Turtwig thanks to that Nuzlocke. I actually chose Chimchar as my starter in that gen just because I like the whole like Monkey King illusions with the design as I saw it. But he kept dying on me. He kept for whatever reason he was a glass cannon and it just did not work for my style. So it was just like and I did a different playthrough where I did use Piplup. I'm like, oh, Piplup's awesome. Like this is really just doing some work. And yeah, Empoleon's design is just kind of sick. Not sure. I've never been sure about the trident on its face as far as it's the look of it, but I think the rest of it all kind of works. It's sort of odd because it's a trident and then he looks like he has a suit and tie, but it's still oddly cool.
He's dressed to impress.
Yeah.
Big fan of penguins. Big fan of the Piplup line. It's simple as that.
Yeah. What else is there to say? Perfect boy.
I will say it's a unique typing too. Water steel for a starter. That's pretty different.
Yeah, you don't see that very often. And I don't think there's any other penguin Pokemon. I believe like there's always.
There is a penguin Pokemon.
The guy with the ice cube.
Yeah.
I always forget because his head is an ice cube.
Fair.
But yeah, like there's a lot of animals that we see represented a lot, like even just in the starters, a turtle or like a cat, for example. But for penguin's not very common, so I appreciate it for that as well.
Yeah. Is Delibird a penguin? I don't consider Delibird a penguin.
It's just like a Santa Pokemon.
Yeah,
I get it because Delibird actually does fly, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I think so.
I think it does with a single, at least in the anime. I think it does. I think it flies with like a single wing too. It's interesting.
It's just Santa's little helper.
Yeah, that's all there is to it. He's magical. But yeah, Pip. We've kind of talked about Piplup a bit during Turtwig, so not a whole lot of extra to say. But he is just a good boy with a great design, and I think even Prinplup is not a fan of the name, but I think he's still that's not a bad mid-gen design. Like you can see the progression.
Yeah, good boy, good heart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Perfect. So yeah, Piplup at number 8. So let's move on to our number 7 starter Pokemon, beating out Piplup by 730 points.
Mm.
Man,
It's-
I'm not.
we're getting to these favorites. It's going to start being throwing
Yeah, I don't
curveballs.
want to rattle off stuff
potentially.
we've said already, but I think we've said some pretty strong ones already, so it's hard to say when they should come back.
I really want to weigh in. I'm trying to weigh in what people enjoyed, like from way back then, or the recent ones, because there hasn't been like any recent Pokemon in this list. But I want to try. I want to give Fuecoco some love in this list because it's Fuecoco. Look at him. I'll go
They are
Fuecoco.
good.
All right.
I'll go with Rowlet.
All right. At number 7, I'm getting a little afraid of Maddie Meister in the chat because this is the second time they've got it cast right. Totodile.
Oh,
It's Totodile.
I was
Okay.
pretty
Yeah.
convinced that this would get like number 1.
Based on other poll, yeah. Our
Yeah.
audience is
Really?
a little different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totodile number
I wouldn't expect Totodile number 1, but I would appreciate Totodile in the top 10. So I am a fan.
I have no problem with Totodile being this up this high. Again, he was my choice of Gen 2. I think he had a great representation in the anime. He was just a happy boy in there. I think it's so adorable. He's just happy
Man.
and bites things.
Every time Totodile comes out of Pokeball, he's just very happy going Totodile and just like wanting to bite everything that's around it. And it also has a excellent Mega Evolution now too. Well, I guess some people will have their own opinions of that Mega Evolution, but I'm glad it has one.
I found him scary, like the scary Pokemon as a kid. Because, you got the happy Chikorita, you've got the happy-eyed Cyndaquil, no real mouth showing, but he looks happy. And then you've got this scary, sharp-toothed crocodile. Don't want to go near that thing. But as I've gone on in years, I think it's just a really cute design. Yeah, and it's nice and different, too. There's nothing quite like Totodile. And the whole evolutionary line is really cool.
Mm-hmm. The funny thing is, I like Totodile, but I think it really does come down to I like Totodile's design the most. Like Crocodile, it's fine, doesn't do much for me. For Alligator, it doesn't do much for me. And I don't know what it is. It's just like, yep, that's a big old alligator.
Yeah.
I don't know why it doesn't impress me as much, but Totodile is just such a good boy that I really like him, and I stand up to him. This is actually my first time looking at Mega for Alligator. I've only seen the official artwork where he seems like he has a hoodie, which is weird enough. And I was like, what does it look like when he puts it down? And it makes him look like freaking Totodile. So like, hey, that's a good choice because they realize that the best design is Totodile. So
yeah,
I'm down for this.
That blew my mind when the spikes on the arm are actually the teeth for when it like bobs its head down, and that's like the entire like it's like a tactic in the wild to scare off predator or preys and whatnot. So
yeah.
But no, I really appreciate that design, and I guess I can see how for Alligator isn't like the most beloved or remembered from those three when they reach their final evolution. Crocodile has like that design on its chest where it looks like a caveman sash across its body. I think that's pretty intentional, but that's pretty much the only thing I remember from that from Crocodile.
I never put that together. The Crocodile was based off like a caveman. Because the design does not carry over to
that kind of prehistoric kind of feel to it, I guess. I don't know. That's all I can glean from it.
Yeah, I'm with Benji. Crocodile's belly looked like an egg to me. That's what I always thought of.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't until I saw the one arm not being covered by the yellow part. I was like, oh, you're right. It is supposed to be like a caveman tunic. It's also really funny that for Alligator they ran out of space for letters. They had to drop the O.
Oh, that is funny.
For Alligator.
Yeah, that's why it's TR. That's why it ends in TR, because they literally ran out of space for his name.
All the limitations of Gen 2.
Oh yes. Still, it's definitely a fan favorite. Glad to see him come back and get some love with the Mega Evolution, and yeah, I'm not going to argue. So let's go ahead and get to our number 6 starter Pokemon of all time. beating out Totodile by 185 points.
Okay.
Listen, Totodile can be up here. Can we get Cyndaquil? It's got a Hisuian evolution. It's still cool, I swear. Totodile's great, but Cyndaquil though.
It is cool. I'll go back to Gen 5. I think Oshawott too similar to Piplup. They're just round. They're different animals, but they're both round. I'll go back to Tepig. Stands out among most of the other fire starters.
All right. Both going fire starters. At number 6. Well, you're both right that it was a fire starter. And you might be surprised who it is, because at number 6, Charmander.
Oh,
It's hard to tell if he's at 6 and not 1, because everyone knows he's a bit basic. Or because like 6 is still a good spot, but I think he spent so many years in the limelight. It's like, do we put him that high?
Did everyone think like, oh, they're gonna get the top anyways and decide to vote somebody else?
It could be that. It could easily be that.
Charmander is good. Like he's oversaturated, sure, but it's a very good design. Charmeleon's a bit of a weirdo, but Charizard is clearly iconic. Though he is one of the most famous for a reason.
There's a reason why the Pokemon Company will continue to highlight and put them as the poster boy for Generation 1 alongside Pikachu, alongside other ones like Mewtwo, for example. This just one of the most recognizable Pokemon in the series that they've ever known.
Yeah, they did 2 30th anniversary logos for Charizard. Everyone else got one.
Did they really? I missed that they did 2 for Charizard. Why'd they get 2? It's like
he's Charizard.
Was it their Mega Evolutions?
No.
Just Charizard.
2. Pikachu might have had a few as well, but yeah, Charizard got 2.
Yeah, you got your Charizard, you got your 2 Mega Evolutions, you got your Gigantamax version. Like, Charizard is absolutely a favorite, but you can kind of see why. I mean, the thing is, the entire line of Charmander is a star from the Pokemon anime. You remember that because Charmander has that memorable first episode where he's out in the rain and you're like the poor guy, and he was such a cutie that you just loved to see. And then he got so rebellious when he got into those teenage years with Charmeleon, and he wasn't. I think they realized like Charmeleon is a pretty decent design, but they didn't focus on it too much. They kind of rushed his evolution pretty quickly. And then of course he became that wild card with some pretty great battles in those early series. For whatever reason, I loved having was it Seismic Toss as his
it's
his main move for a while.
Like these over the top, like spinning with the world showing up and then just launching them down to the ground. I still remember very fondly the Charizard versus Magmar episode for the volcano badge. That is iconic.
Yeah.
One thing I don't like about Charmeleon is like Charizard and Charmander share the same like shade of orange. And then Charmeleon just goes red for some reason, then straight back to that orange shade. He's like a little distant from the other ones.
It's got to stand out, or else it looks too much like Charmander. I think that's the only real reason why.
Yeah.
It makes a certain amount of sense that it would go that way, but I mean, I don't know. I look at the Charmander design, even the Charmeleon design, the Charizard design. They are classic. Like that is just like that is literally your prototypical Pokemon. Like this is the basis that you shoot for, and a lot of times I think they've met that. But as you know, somebody that did start with Gen 1, it's hard not to like it.
Yeah. And Charizard is also capable of a lot of things outside of battle, like Rock Smash or Strength or Fly. So it's very easy to rely on for that stuff. Just a great all-rounder. And it's rare that you start off with a really cute Pokemon and end with a really cool Pokemon. That seems like a hard line to cross, and Charmander just pulls it off.
Yeah. It's as simple as asking my friends on the playground, why did you choose Charmander? And like it turns into a big flaming winged fire breathing dragon essentially.
Yeah.
And it didn't even get the dragon. It was so like, why doesn't it know any dragon type moves? And then it becomes a dragon type when they finally got not one mega evolution that is dragon, but also another one as well, which is just the basic fire flying, which people don't remember that one as often because the dragon type just turns blue and black for some reason.
Yeah.
They really just went crazy with these designs.
It certainly stands out more than Mega Charizard Y because it just looks like yeah, it's kind of what Charizard would look like if he evolved further. And then you look at Charizard X, like, oh damn, going a little Godzilla-ish with him with the extra spikes and everything else. So yeah, makes sense. And I wonder if it is because everybody just expected Charmander to be so much higher because he is sort of that Pokemon everybody knows, loves, gets that love. Yeah,
probably. Yeah,
you try and vote for the underdogs. Yeah, but if you look at like any top 10 list from the last, from maybe the 2000s, 2010s, Charmander's going to be at the top. I think now people just they want to give someone else the spotlight.
I think so. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Leaves more room for Cyndaquil, so it's fine by me.
It does. Speaking of, we have reached our top 5 starter Pokemon, and number 5 beat out. And actually, the funny thing is, usually there's a bit of more of a spread among the top spots. Honestly, starts getting pretty close to each other at this point on, because number 5 only beat out Charmander by 45 points.
Okay.
Oh,
so it's pretty close.
I'm gonna bring Fennekin back because it's like the only Pokemon, the only starter Pokemon that peaks at the second evolution. It's rare.
That is yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
Oh man, I'm all thrown off with Charmander line already being below the top 5. So I'm gonna go with one of the weird ones, and I'm gonna say Eevee for number 5.
Sure.
All right.
Let's see what happens.
At number 5, Cyndaquil.
Oh,
Cyndaquil.
When you said speaking of earlier, I was like, is this a segue to Cyndaquil that he's alluding to after what Daniel mentioned?
Cyndaquil beat Charmander. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
Listen, Cyndaquil is my perfect, as I said, my perfect little baked potato shaped boy. I know there's been some controversy with the design in the past in which it only stands out if the flames are out. Otherwise, he is just a little baked potato. But I mean, I think in recent times they've really realized that, like with the first Pokemon Legends, that's when Cyndaquil made a big comeback. That was pretty much a Pokemon that always had its flames out, and it even got a new evolution, a new Hisuian evolution, where it's fire dark type, I believe.
Fire ghost
Type. Goodness. Yeah, that's a quite a different kind of final evolution, unlike anything we've seen in starters. So yeah, there's a lot to this Pokemon that I appreciate. Typhlosion obviously also suffers. They all suffer from the flames that aren't out. So they look kind of weird if it's just off of there. But I'm glad that people still recognize the design when it is peak flame design.
Yeah. There's a few Pokemon like that where like you put them in a sprite and it's just them at their most iconic pose, and then you put them in 3D and they've got to be animated in all these different ways, and then all of a sudden they're not so cute. And
or they're just standing there.
Yeah, the Cyndaquil line, it couldn't be a cool little pet if they're on fire all the time. Like imagine, I don't know, walking around your hometown trying to hold your Cyndaquil and it's just burning your hands. That'd be no good. That fire has to go out every now and then. But yeah, without that fire, it does take a lot away from that Pokemon.
It really does. Like it's another one of those cases where Cyndaquil, perfect. Especially you got the anime where he has to. He's a sleepy boy. He has to warm up that flame, but once he does, he's a good powerhouse. Quilava, honestly, don't mind. I kind of like the dual flames that he has. Typhlosion has always been kind of boring to me. And
as the have the leaked lore drops made you feel worse about that?
I forget the leaked lore drops.
I try to forget
it up.
I try to forget that that's a thing.
Google it. Google it is what I'm saying.
Do it on your own time, please.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but official lore.
I will say, I think Hisuian Typhlosion is more interesting than regular Typhlosion. Just because you get those different flames, you got some of a necklace around its, there. Its face shape is a little different and sort of, I guess better matches the evolutionary line of Quilava. I don't know. I kind of like the more this. I think the softer look does work for it better than
The
regular Typhlosion.
the Hisuian form looks so chill in his expression. I very much appreciate it. It matches my vibe more so. But yeah, I know that the Typhlosion is not really the best, not the favorites, and especially nowadays when, as said, when it's in 3D, it's just kind of standing there all the time if the flames aren't out. It's not mid attack, but no, I really remember fondly from the anime being just like a really chill Pokemon, and I don't know, they kind of made the design work in which having it just be the round shape without the flames out, which just kind of matched its mood in that anime. But yeah, it's harder to carry that in the game throughout all the generations.
It's probably the most normal evolutionary line because it's just kind of getting longer and standing up. Because all the other Pokemon sort of change their colors and sometimes change like what they look like, whereas Cyndaquil's Typhlosion is just like he's just bigger.
Yeah,
It's a bigger version of it.
Yeah, I very much appreciate the quadrupeds that stay quadrupeds when they evolve, and this one was not one of them. So that's what's a knock against it. But I still love Cyndaquil as he is.
Yeah, Cyndaquil has always shown his own bipedal though. Like his standard art is him just on his back legs, so
yeah,
he kind of stays that way at least. All right, well, let's continue on. Cyndaquil at number 5. So, what is our number 4 Pokemon starter of all time, according to our audience? Beating out Cyndaquil by 215 points.
I don't know, man. Honestly, it all goes downhill from here for me.
Daniel's clocking out now. See you,
I
Daniel.
I do really hope to see Rowlet here. It's a perfect round son of mine. Very dapper. I want to see Rowlet.
I was going to say Rowlet as well, so go choose a different Pokemon now. I will go with... I'll go with another Gen 1 Pokemon. I will go with Squirtle here.
Also very good. My favorite of that gen.
At number 4, good job, John. Squirtle.
Oh, there we go. We're going early Pokemon now.
Yeah. Squirtle at number 4. And yep, I love me a Squirtle. This is my favorite Pokemon. He is a perfect boy. there is literally nothing wrong with Squirtle.
Another case of light blue to dark blue to light blue again in the evolutionary line.
Mm-hmm.
They're going through their goth phase when they get to that mid-evolution. No, I honestly love this really cute form. I think his mid-evolution is great where he kind of has these like water wings and a crazy bushy tail that just makes him stand out so much more than a standard turtle. And then you get the Blastoise. It's just like, let's just stick some freaking cannons on this Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. The Squirtle squad, put some sunglasses on him. All of a sudden, he's like the most sinister dude in the anime.
He's cool.
That's when you know he was serious. Yeah, the Squirtle squad. It's just an iconic look.
Yeah.
Oh man,
he's a firefighter. How do you not like a firefighter? Everybody loves firefighters.
Yeah, man. Anime Squirtle really like stepped it up in a lot of ways. I remember when that Squirtle learned Hydro Pump. It just sticks into its shell and it has water shooting in all four sides of its shell and it's just spinning in a circle and it's just like, oh, it's so cool and creative that way that you don't see in the games, you know.
Yeah, that shell's like an extension of Squirtle because in the games he's just standing there just blowing bubbles. But then like in Smash, you know, he can use that shell to like skate around the stage. He does it in the anime all the time. You can do a lot with that design outside of just, you know, using moves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Also, yeah, the rare like non-evolution Pokemon that is playable in Smash Brothers. Gotta show Squirtle that love.
Yeah, for sure. And also shown to be quite vicious in that, what was it, Pokemon Origins?
with the bite.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
with
the
the
bite.
bite that they actually had to censor for the English version because it just kept screaming. That poor
Yeah.
Charmander.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
God.
Horrific.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it is cockfighting. Oh no, this is bad.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I always also appreciated like the naming, like Squirtle obviously squirting turtle, but also the fact that Squirtle has like a squirrel tail. So Squirtle also is like a
Yeah.
leap off the name squirrel.
Oh,
So they just
I
give it a little squirrel tail.
yeah, I never made that connection.
never thought
before.
about I never made that connection at all.
It's really random, and I don't know if that's actually a thing for the English translation or if it's just coincidence, but it just kind of fits.
Yeah, it's
Dang.
it's funny. A lot of people like a lot of times the English names are almost more clever than the Japanese names for a lot
I
of
think so
different
too.
ones.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, I mean I don't have much more to say. It is still I can't imagine another Pokemon just topping Squirtle for me. He's just a perfect little boy. So but I'm a Gen 1er, so there you go. Oh God. All right. Well, that's our number 4 starter Pokemon. So let's get to our top 3. So these are the 3 Pokemon you'd have to choose between if you had to start up a new Pokemon journey. And number 3 beat out Squirtle by 16 points. It was close.
It's getting close, yeah.
John,
I don't
do
know
you
who the
still think
runaway winner is. Like, who do you think is number 1 at this point, Daniel?
number 1? I don't want to say Pikachu.
It can't be.
Do you think your Chikorita still has a chance in this at all?
It never had a chance.
Cyndaquil had a chance. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a lot of base Gen 2 lovers out there.
Maybe. I don't think so. It's really tricky. I don't know how to place the rest of this list. I think you had a good shout with Eevee earlier, though.
I love when you guys can just obviously pick out like this one's obviously going to be the winner. That makes it more fun for me.
Yeah, but it's not obvious this time. I think we've gone through the obvious ones already.
Yeah, it's like, where do we go from here? There's been like none of the really recent generations on this list at all. No Gen 9, no Gen 8. We had no Gen 7 either. What the heck, y'all?
Rowlet's gotta be here somewhere.
It has to be. Do you want to say Rowlet and I'll pick another little critter out here, or do we want to just go somewhere else?
I think you had a good shout with Eevee earlier. So I'll say Rowlet. If you want to choose Eevee, go ahead, but you've got lots of other choices.
It's probably going to be Eevee, and I'm going to say someone else. I know just based on the final evolution, this one might carry it. I'm going to say Torchic. Let's just go with Torchic.
I would also just throw the name Litten out there because Incineroar's in Smash.
It's true.
But we'll see.
But Froakie also hasn't shown up, so
true.
It's hard.
Probably this one.
All right. At number 3, Mudkip.
There was none of the ones that we were talking about.
Nope,
it's just like the people love Mudkip. Why didn't I think of that for Gen 3? Oh man.
Yep, Mudkip.
I mean, sure.
Number 3.
How much of this is the "I heard you love Mudkips" meme from like 20 years ago?
I don't even remember that meme.
I think it's mostly that. It's mostly.
Oh, it's in the chat, so there is that. So I have no idea.
I heard they like Mudkips. Yeah.
I honestly, I'd probably I would put Mudkip over Torchic personally, because I have that affinity for. Oh wait, Gen 3. So I have that affinity for Trico, obviously, but Mudkip is probably my second favorite, just because you get an interesting typing with Water Ground, even though he's severely weak to Grass, because of that. But he also is an evolution line that actually kind of makes sense to me. Like I don't mind his mid evolution, his final evolution is pretty neat, but it's I don't know. I guess the problem is I don't know what kind of what kind of animal it's supposed to be. What is this thing?
Is it a platypus almost, kind of like a little hybrid of one, maybe?
I don't think it's
an axolotl. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Is it axolotl? We already have an axolotl
Because of the
Pokemon.
because of
Yeah.
the things that extend from the face. That does give it that kind of.
Oh, maybe a mud skipper. Oh, mud skipper makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh,
I will
well,
give Gen 3 a lot of credit. It's not my favorite generation, but I think with Gen 1 and Gen 2 there was kind of a standard for how you design a starter Pokemon. Like the fire ones had to have, fire blazing from them. The plant
Mhm.
ones or the grass ones
mhm.
were like little plants. And then I guess Squirtle and Toadstool are quite different. But every Gen 3 starter is just radically different from the last. Like Torchic's just a little chick, no fire blazing. Trico's a proper animal, not a plant. Then Mudkip, you don't know what he is, but he's cool.
Yeah, the Torchic line Blaziken got so popular that the next two generations would have fire fighting as
Yeah.
their final starter evolution, and it got tiring by that point. But yeah, I appreciate that Gen 3 does do something to change it up based on what our expectations were for the previous ones.
Mhm. I'm
Yeah, for
googling
sure.
mudfish because Thief of RPG says it's a
It's
mudfish, and I'm
definitely
seeing
not a mudfish. That's just
it's
a
not a
straight up
mudfish. No,
fish.
so that's just a fish. It's just a little fish. Although it does
uh,
have the kind of like
mud
the ears of that.
mud skipper is a little bit closer, but even then, it has like eyes that are really close together. So
Yeah.
it's I don't know, but you know what? That's okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
um, let's see. Yeah, even I'm looking through, and nobody can really like. It's like I'm seeing like 5 different ideas for what it could be as like what the animal is based on. So I guess that makes it unique where you can't really pin it down to what exactly it is, and helps it stand out in that way because it's its
Yeah.
own little weird amalgamation that still feels like a Pokemon. And uh I find it to be kind of just he's a fun little guy. I don't know. There's something appealing about him, even though for me personally, he's not the most appealing. And Marshtomp is not a bad mid evolution, though his eyes are a little freaky.
Yeah. Whereas with Mudkip, there's nothing going on behind those eyes.
There's just blank stares.
Yeah.
I did not watch the third Gen 3 anime. With the Did Mudkip stand out at all? Like I don't even know who
That's
had the
mostly why
Mudkip.
I stopped watching.
I
I tuned back in later on, but Gen 3 is a big gap for
Same.
me for the anime.
No, it was always Trico that stood out more for me. He was just such a cool guy, just kind of hanging out, lounging with the little stick in his mouth. And then the other two were just kind of there. I know May had did May have the Torchic?
May
I
had the
think she
Torchic.
had the Torchic.
Apparently Brock had the Mudkip.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
That's right. They split the starters for that one. Yeah. So yeah, I don't remember very well. It's weird that Brock has the water type of all people.
yeah. I guess it eventually evolved into a Marshtomp, but even like I'm watching him hold his Mudkip, and it's like it doesn't. I don't see anything unique about this thing other
That
than
blank
just
stare.
he just hangs out with Brock a lot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Rocket #1.
it's all thanks to the Mudkip meme. I think that's all that carried this one here today. Sorry, Mudkip fans, genuine Mudkip fans, but that's just what happened here.
As soon as the Gen 10 starters are announced, we've just got to start a little meme, and then it's going to become like the most famous Pokemon of all time.
hmm yeah, I think, huh? I wonder if it has Brock's personality of confessing to all girls, because I saw a clip from the anime. I saw a little image from the anime where he's like has hard eyes towards a Flaffy. So I'm like, huh, is that his gimmick?
Maybe I forget at this point. I honestly forget.
Yeah, not a clue, but I have an appreciation for Mudkip. Not a personal favorite of mine, but I like what he's all about. All right, time to get to our top 2. And number 2
Top
beat
two.
out Mudkip by 130 points.
It better not be Pikachu and Eevee.
I mathed
Nuts.
wrong. Excuse me. 60 points.
Okay.
Do we go all the way through this list not having all 3 Gen 1? Because Bulbasaur still hasn't been represented. But is that
yeah.
a stronger one than Charmander and Squirtle, though?
It might be. It might be. The Mega Evolution of Venusaur is really cool.
So I might just go Bulbasaur just to see if all of Gen 1, original Gen 1 makes it here.
Yeah. I really want Rowlet to be here. I think they're one
I
of
do
my
too.
favorites overall. Yeah, I think there's probably a really obvious one that we haven't mentioned yet, much like Mudkip. Um, but yeah, let's go with two grass ones then, Bulbasaur and Rowlet.
All right. At number 2, Bulbasaur.
Good
Oh,
choice.
all
Good
There you
right.
go.
choice.
I'll say I got at least one of them. Wow, Bulbasaur over Charmander and Squirtle kind of surprises me, though, honestly.
Mhm.
Same.
You don't hear about it too much, but he might be that dark horse where everybody kind of just likes Bulbasaur. You know,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
he has a definitive personality in Gen 1. He famously refused to evolve in that one episode, so
Yeah.
he very much stayed the way he was. One of the few Pokemon to carry over from season 1 to season 2. Like Bulbasaur stayed on the team in Gold and Silver anime. And honestly, I think artists have done a great job of just making him seem cuter and cuter as time goes on.
Bulbasaur is very drawable. Big features,
Yeah.
big simple features. Just, big round eyes, big smile. I drew Bulbasaur a lot as a kid.
That was absolutely one of the key like design philosophies way back then, was that have all these Pokemon be easy for kids to draw for the
Yeah.
most parts. And like the starters were definitely on that line. Bulbasaur being the most drawable, I would say for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm. He also has a very clear evolution compared to the others because he has like the bulb on his back to begin with, becomes a more flowering with
The bulb, yeah.
and the leaves coming out, and then it's fully out there for Venusaur. Also, it doesn't switch color. It switches colors, but it stays that second color when he evolves.
That's true.
Mhm.
Yeah,
John. It
consistency.
goes from green
Yeah.
to blue and then stays blue for Venusaur. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of smart design. Also, only mid evolution in Smash.
Yeah.
True.
Ivysaur.
Yeah.
That's
It's an interesting one out of all these Gen 1 starters, too, because, like, I think Charizard and Blastoise are both, like, really cool creatures. Venusaur's more of a monster. Like, you look at that thing, and I think you'd run from it.
Mhm.
And then, like, the Mega Evolutions, I love how it just continues to bulb that plant, just making it even bigger. It definitely stands out among everybody else. And
Mhm.
what's cool about Bulbasaur as well is you get all those different status moves. Because I think with Charmander and Squirtle, you can very much just be offensive the entire time. But with Bulbasaur, especially when you get to Ivysaur, I mean, you get like Sleep Powder and Poison and all that stuff, which is also like greatly beneficial, especially when you're dealing with a Pokemon who is like the wrong type. You can just put them to sleep and just gradually knock their health down.
Mhm.
So you got a lot more,
Yeah. You
a lot more
can
a strategy with Bulbasaur.
You can also,
Mhm.
when they're asleep, attach leech seed onto them. So now you're
Yeah.
sucking down. It's a lot more defensive of a Pokemon for sure. And that this is a Pokemon that helped me to understand what evolution can be in Pokemon, because yeah, as you mentioned, the gradual, like the bulb opens, becomes a flower, and they just become larger as well. So yeah, there's just a lot about this Pokemon that just says, like, literally number one in the Pokedex, Bulbasaur. That is just
Yeah.
what a Pokemon should be defined by, along with the other starters too.
Yeah, he's. I never gravitated towards him much myself, but I also always had an appreciation for him. It's just like he's that steadfast Pokemon, I guess is the better way to put it, best way to put it.
Mhm.
And I think everybody got freaked out when what was it was Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, where everybody can follow behind you. And wasn't it Venusaur that hopped? It's like, wait, is he based on a frog?
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Forgot
Like, is
about that.
Venusaur is like the Bulbasaur line been frog based this entire time? What the hell?
Yeah.
Nobody thought
Crazy.
about it. I think everybody thought dinosaur.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just kind
Yeah,
of
it's
scaly
in the name.
looking. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Saw, yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Even the people naming these things or localizing these names are like, oh yeah, dinosaur.
Yeah.
So so yeah, apparently he's toad based.
Huh.
All right.
Yeah.
Also got
If you
some
say
pretty
so.
cool other evolutions, like its Mega Evolution just continues to grow and sprout further. It's got the flower over it. It's just really cool, like juxtaposition of like a kind of monstery looking creature, but it has like a beautiful like flower up design on top of it. I always
Mhm.
like that kind of contrast between it.
Yeah.
And I like the kind of shell it gets with the Gigantamax.
Oh yeah, the Gigantamax
Yeah,
too.
The
me
petal
too.
just sort of envelops the rest of its body.
Hmm.
So,
So cool.
good. Yeah, it's good stuff. It's I can't be mad about Venusaur, Bulbasaur being number 2. So yeah,
Yeah.
there we are. All right, it's time to
But
discover the favorite starter Pokemon of our audience, beating out Bulbasaur by 394 points.
Is there an obvious
Is it-
winner here?
it's the one thing I'm gravitating, is it Eevee? Is there gonna
I
pick Eevee?
I think the clear winner is Rowlet. Look at it. Look at Rowlet. Look at
I
that.
mean, I know. That's what I want to have there as well. As
Yeah.
far as the ones that we haven't chosen thus far, Rao would be right up there, deservingly so. But
And the
we
line,
have
like the evolution's awesome in Pokemon as well. Like you get like sort of like Archer type. That was awesome.
Yeah.
We got you. Well, you have the Eevee is popular.
Yeah.
Froakie's Final Evolution is popular.
Greninja does so much heavy lifting there, though.
Mhm.
Yeah. Froakie itself is kind of a. I mean, I like its vibe of like always having his eyes closed and chilling out, but it's always Greninja that people think of for that line for multiple reasons.
Mhm.
Yeah. But then you've got Litten, especially with Incineroar, great. Scorbunny's fantastic. There's still a lot of really cool poke. Tepig, I don't love Tepig's evolution so much, but the first form of Tepig is really cool.
We've got nothing from Gen 6 and onward, have we?
Yeah. No, we haven't.
It's all been the first 5 generations in this list, in the top 10.
Yeah.
That's why I'm kind of ruling out that those generations and just gonna say Eevee. As lame as that sounds.
All right. I think you got sound logic there. I think if any Pokemon of recent gens is to stand out, it's got to be Rowlet. You'd have to be a freak not to choose them. So let's go with Rowlet and Eevee.
I think you said Gen 5 and beyond. I think we're only Gen 4 and before Satan earlier.
Oh, I think you're right.
Yeah, I'm looking through. I'm like, I don't want to mess up my gens again, but I'm pretty sure nothing from Gen 5 made it. Yeah. So yeah, Gen 4 and earlier has been our top 10, which is very interesting.
See, this is why that's just my reasoning. That's where our audience lies. We're all a bunch of old people voting on Pokemon. So it's Eevee.
Pretty much.
All right. At number 1, Rowlet.
Oh my god.
Taste.
We have
we
taste.
got taste in here?
We've escaped. We've escaped
the
the
one
old gens.
Pokemon to escape Gen 4 and earlier and take it all is Rowlet.
I mean,
Clear choice of that generation. Like you're presented with Rowlet, Listen, and Popplio. Who are you going to choose? The roundest one, the roundest possible one with a bow tie.
I chose Popplio, but I get it.
It's
Rowlet
okay to be wrong.
I think I went
It's
against
okay.
Rowlet because everybody was picking Rowlet. I'm like,
For
I'm
good
going to stand
reason.
up for this silly looking feel, and damn it actually has a really cool final evolution, but I get it. Rowlet also heavy lifting thanks to the anime. Him just hanging out in the backpack of Ash all the time. So freaking adorable.
Rowlet has so much meme potential from all those expressions, having the like not like this pose that kind of has been popularized because of Rowlet's.
Yeah.
But yeah, this just look at the design. It's just a dapper little owl boy with the leaves make the bow tie, and oh my goodness, it's just I'm a big fan of birds and bird type and just the bird type Pokemon. Yeah, I'll call it bird type. But yeah, Rowlet is like amongst the higher echelon of starters for me if we're escaping, especially the earlier generations of this top 10 list.
Yeah. It's also one very well designed around being in 3D, which is obviously a problem for some of the earlier starters. Like Rowlet can just like rotate their entire body around.
Yeah.
Very cute design.
When you're I think that's what you're getting at. When you're in battle, if you're taking too long, Rowlet's whole head will just turn around and look at you, say, "Are you going to do something?" and then turn back around again and face forward.
Yeah, And like just bringing back Pokemon again, like the using the Archer in Pokemon was super cool. Like just a very different playing character to everyone else. Lots of ranged moves. Pokemon's awesome. We need a sequel.
John,
They really do.
do you remember the final evolution's name, John?
Dixie. Is that it?
Decidueye.
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 It's a hard one to get out.
I was close.
I forget to.
Yeah. Honestly, all of Rowlet's evolutions are also pretty solid. Like people saw Dartrix, and usually the mid evolutions again is always a little awkward for a lot of them. And Dartrix wins out just because he reminds everybody of Edgeworth from Ace Attorney.
Oh, okay. I guess so.
It's the hair flip type thing. He looks still like dapper. He looks like a lawyer. And then he goes just full Archer for suddenly with Decidueye. Not sure how I feel about his Hisuian form for Decidueye. He goes grass fighting, which is interesting typing, but it's neat, but I don't think it's as strong as the original.
Yeah.
I see Dartrix, and I guess part of me thinks of Brewster. He just has that formality to Brewster,
Yeah.
that kind of chillness. But yeah, definitely a standout all the way through. I would say for all those reasons.
Yeah, I'm really happy with this. I thought for a moment there would be no Rowlet even in the top 10, and I was prepared to just leave this call.
I was scared.
Stomp off and be like, nope, you're all wrong. You're all wrong. I'm disappointed in every one of you. But yeah, how do we feel about this top 10? Like obviously it's a lot of Gen 4 and earlier, other than Rowlet. Does that make sense? I guess it gives it a sense that our audience does lean a little older. And I think nostalgia probably does play a bit of a role in where a lot of these stand out.
Yeah,
I think it's also true though. A lot of the older ones are just a bit more iconic. Like there's some really good designs in recent ones, but it's always a little bit sporadic about who is just the definitive great one. Everyone's a bit spread with more recent ones.
I think the standout for more recent generations would probably be the Fuecoco line. Just reaching that final evolution and having like the microphone as being as part of the design is just really funny to me. The second evolution having the sombrero basically on its head that resonates with me. But yeah, of everyone, I think the only one I'm upset about that isn't on the top list would probably be Snivy. I love me a Snivy.
Oh, I'm a fan of Snivy as well.
I think Gen 5 had great starters all in all. Like Oshawott a bit too similar to Piplup, but Snivy and Tepic are great. Gen 8 starters, I think they're great across the board.
Yeah, man, you got solid Snivy, you got Revolver Oshawott, and you got Tipig Boss. You got the whole crew there.
Forgot about that. That's so good. Should we find out how the rest of the starters placed before
let's do it.
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
I'm ready to cry.
All right. At number 11, Torchic.
Oh, okay.
Torchic just missed the top 10 by about 130 points.
Blaziken is definitely a standout.
Yeah, I think there are still better choices than Torchic. Not for that, maybe not for that generation because we've done all the other ones. I think we've got better fire types than Torchic left.
We do.
Yeah, I think it helps just Blaziken's kind of cool, and you got this little chick that with technically no arms, so it's certainly an interesting design to go from like literally no arms to finally to growing some as it evolves.
A little baby bird.
Yeah. At number 12, Oshawott.
Okay, I've got so few opinions. I always mix them up with Piplup because they're just so similar.
Yeah,
it took me the longest time to realize that the shell on its stomach was not a pattern and it actually was a shell.
You can take it off in the anime.
Yeah, it takes it off and it just uses razor shell and swipes it around. I think that's really cool. That's the cool thing about it. I mostly remember a lot of Oshawott from the anime, basically. That's where my opinion forms from that Pokemon.
I definitely did not see that season, so I have no idea what his personality was for it. But I will say it's one of those things where it's like he goes from bipedal to quadruped for his final evolution, and not a fan. You're going samurai and you do that design? Really?
It's an odd one. Yeah.
That's a little of an odd one for sure.
Yeah. I think they're cool. They're cool in a bubble. It's just as it makes for a odd final choice. But
Is
anyway.
Oshawott our first Gen 5, right?
Yes.
Ahead of Snivy and Tepig? I don't know about that.
I don't know either. I'm questioning.
Yeah. At 13, Froakie.
Okay.
We know why.
Gosh, only Pokemon to get an anime only form.
Yeah, that's true.
Basically, that's true.
Ninja.
Ash Greninja is still a thing that exists, and it's kind of weird.
A little bit. Number 14, Eevee.
Okay, yeah.
Do you think people just don't really associate Pikachu and Eevee as starters, which is why they're quite low?
I think that makes sense. Because Eevee started out has been a starter multiple times, not just with Let's Go Eevee. And that one's also interesting because it can only be Eevee. You can get some other moves thanks to it's ridiculously powerful in that game, just because of a lot of the options that you got for it. But I thought it was always really cool. Like in Pokemon Conquest, you start with an Eevee and you can decide of all the evolutions that it had at that point which way you're going to go. So it leaves for a lot of choice. Which I enjoyed about Eevee as a starter.
Yeah, I went with Let's Go Eevee over Let's Go Pikachu just because it was different. You know, I've already done Yellow with Pikachu, and then you get a lot more choice. Like, where does it go?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't really get to. Yeah, for I don't know. Those Pokemon, they don't. Eevee doesn't evolve in Let's Go, right? It doesn't. It just stays in Eevee
that's
the whole
right.
time.
You're right. It doesn't. You get a bunch of different
you get moves.
Though.
Yeah,
a lot of really random, powerful moves.
Yeah, it's
that's how they
kind of a beast. And I think the fun of Eevee is that we all start with Eevee in a game where it actually can evolve, and it's going to be a wide variety of who they choose from those Eevee forms.
Yeah.
It's significant that people are still asking for new Eevee forms, and they seem to refuse to give them anymore, which is a real shame.
There's so much room and potential, but I guess they have all their branding with just the ones they have now. So they're like, I guess we're just going to cut it now, cut it here.
How dare! Number 15, Chimchar.
Okay.
We got stronger than Chimchar.
Chimchar, I think, has the advantage of design. It's a very cute first form. Honestly, a sick looking final evolution. I love that. Had a very significant role in the anime with a very memorable fight at the end. It's solid. I don't have but I always have just a little bit against it, just because again, mine was a glass cannon and he kept dying. Why do you look so cool and why do you suck?
It's definitely carried by things like the anime, because I think there's Gen 8 and 9 right there that are Pokemon that have done that would be higher on the list for me than Chimchar.
Yeah.
At number 16, Snivy.
Okay.
All right. We'll take 16 for Snivy.
Yeah. This was my starter in Gen 5. I love Snivy. I love how before we got a name, everybody called it Smugleaf.
Yeah.
That's really good. And honestly, I love its evolutions. Every single one really I think works. Servine is a lot of fun. As you can see, it's sort of shortening its arms and legs, sort of as it's preparing to go into its more snake-like form for Superior. Love to see Superior gets more love as time goes on.
Yeah, great line.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah. At number 17, Chikorita.
It's okay.
Well,
it's fine. All right. I think the evolutions of this one are really cool too. Like Bayleaf is really cute. We got some love in new Pokemon Snap with the what do they call the big lighty ones? The fluorescent design. That was a cool boss area with them. That was neat. And then on the box art too.
Oh,
Chikorita,
yeah.
I always recall Chikorita being very affectionate towards Ash. Whenever it calls it out, it would just run up and start rubbing on Ash's leg because it just loved them so much.
Yeah, got jealous of the other Pokemon too, so it's like constantly butt him aside. I wasn't the biggest fan of its evolutions early on, but I've grown to appreciate what it does. It kind of curves a little bit from Bulbasaur's book, where its leaf turns into like the whole neck thing and then creates a flower. But it's still enjoyable. And I think Mega Meganium is very adorable with how the flower just goes up the entire neck. I think
Very
that's its whole
goofy.
thing, is it is cute. It is very cute.
Yeah.
At 18, Fuecoco.
Oh, my boy Fuecoco.
Yep.
Gen 9 in here.
One of the new Pokemon, and since I have not played through Gen 9 yet, I don't have a lot of familiarity. I try to remember who I picked of the starters in, like, because I only played a little bit. I think I want to say I think I chose Quaxley.
Then we went the full spectrum. Then I went with Spirigito.
I'm looking at his evolutions. Those are kind of great.
They're really silly.
Oh my god!
I like the evolutions that just they look cool, but they also can be very silly with them, because like the whole like little bird that's with Fuecoco or the final evolution for Fuecoco, it's just, it all works out so well for me. It's just really funny.
Mm-hmm. He's adorable. Looking like his little ghost pepper when he's in his original form. The sombreros, like again, it's a pretty good evolution. The Skeledirge is kind of, it feels like there should be one more midpoint between Crocalor and Skeledirge, but
it's one of those ones that takes a leap in the final evolution for sure.
Yeah. But hey, Fire Ghost is a fun typing, and it's interesting to see what of Gen 9 topped the list.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, number 19, Sprigatito, only lost to Fuecoco by 10 points.
I like them a lot. Very cute close. Little cat. Turns into a bit of a beast by the end. A little bit of a sassy middle form.
Sprigatito. Yeah, that's it's a fun evolution. It's another cat. So, Litten kind of did it first for starters, but I do still like the concept for Sprigatito, despite that.
Yeah, I think people were disappointed by Litten. Like, it's like, okay, we got Litten, we got Torracat, and then suddenly Heel Wrestler.
That's another one that just, they just kind of take a leap. It's just like, why not?
Where did that come from? And looking at Sprigatito's line, honestly, I really love Florigato, and I've seen Meowscarada around, and that's a strong set. That's a strong design set.
The magician concept does do a lot for Meowscarada as well.
Yeah. I guess more of a stage magician, has that flair to it. It's fun. I like that. So yeah. At number 20, Pikachu.
Who?
Pretty far back.
I don't know who that is.
Pretty far back.
It's Pikachu.
He makes for a fun starter in yellow. I'd say he's probably more memorable in yellow than he is in Let's Go Pikachu.
I think so. Like that was the one that began the trend of, I wish my Pokemon would follow behind me all the time, because that's what Pikachu was.
It was very cool.
It was, and that was just solely because it was based off the anime where Pikachu never would go inside its Pokeball, and it became a whole thing. You could always look behind it, and as your friendship evolved with it, it would give you different animations with a very crunchy Pikachu sound from the Game Boy.
Yeah, I mean, I remember that.
I definitely used Pikachu in yellow, but I never just catch a Pikachu and use it in other games, though. Like there are other electric Pokemon I'd rather use. I just don't think that great.
I've always been Team Ampharos as one of the best electric types.
Literally, the only time I've ever done that was for Alolan Raichu. That's when I've ever caught a Pikachu, but that was it, really. Just when it has a new form.
Yeah. I can't have been the only one that when I played Pokemon Yellow, I just recreated Ash's team.
Oh yeah.
Where I even kept Squirtle and Bulbasaur at their base forms. Let Charmander evolve all the way to Charizard and just recreate his team, and made for an interesting challenge.
Yeah.
All right.
Just one tiny thing. I miss chubby Pikachu. Bring that design back more often.
We've got him back. He's in the anniversary promos.
I guess that's true. And
they made sure to bring him. Yeah, Gigantamax Pikachu. They made sure to bring him back. he got He got beefy.
I need more Chunkachu. Bring him back more.
At 21, Poplio
I do
Okay.
like Popplio.
only lost to Pikachu by 2 points.
Yeah.
Populo gets underrated for its evolution design. I think the final evolution is very pretty.
Mhm.
Little circus seal.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, nobody gave Poplio its due when it was first revealed, and I became very defendant of Poplio because of that, because everybody's like, look at Rowlet, look at Litten, and I'm like, but Poplio, it's like, look, he has a stupid clown nose. I'm like, what are you talking about? This guy's, I'm gonna, you know what? He has my support. And I saw Brion, I'm like, that's not a bad start to get it there. It's like, it's getting there. And then Primarina came out. I was like, oh hell yeah, I chose right.
Yeah.
Also, Water Fairy, that's a great typing.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yep. At number 22, Fennekin lost to Poplio by only 6 points.
Ooh, I do like Fennekin a lot. I think it's a really striking first design. And then is it Braxian, the second one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Incredibly striking. Like, there's a reason why that one's so popular. That one's also in Pokken, also a very good character.
That was my main in Pokken. I love Grayson. Nothing wrong with Delphox. I think it's going full wizard, but something about the design just loses a little bit when I guess it goes for the long cloak.
I agree.
But yeah, Fennekin was my Pokemon of choice in Gen 6. So
yeah,
I was not upset about that one, especially when it's fire psychic. That's damn. Especially going off firefighting for so long.
I think it definitely got more points for its mega evolution with the witch broom, basically.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
But
looking at the Gen 6 lot as well, I think I feel like Fennekin's just the standout there because Chespin's a little weirdo and
probably
Froakie's okay, but not. I think you got to know that Greninja's coming, whereas Fennekin, I think they're just cute from the offset.
Oh yeah, just saw that as like, oh, a little fox Pokemon. Yes, yes, please. Number 23, Litten.
Litten's cool.
Little kitty.
Little kitty.
I mean, also very much partially carried by the fact that it's in Final Evolution is in Smash Brothers. So
you say carried, but you have to remember he's kind of towards the bottom.
Well, I guess as a Pokemon itself, I don't know, like people remember Litten for its Final Evolution rather than I guess
being
for
in
Litten
Smash
itself.
has got to help you somewhat. And I think Incineroar is also just a really cool design, like just getting a sumo wrestler Pokemon. Not even sumo, just wrestler Pokemon. Very different to anything before.
I remember everybody seeing the design of Incineroar before we got to typing, and it's like, oh god, it's another firefighting. And then it was like Fire Dark because he's a heel wrestler. It's like, okay, thank God.
Saved it there. Yeah, super random tangent. I love in Smash Brothers, the Japanese name for Incineroar is Gao Gaian, and I love how the announcer announces that name when you select it. He's like, Gao Gaian! Like, I don't know. That was just
That's pretty good.
Is it still Xander doing the Japanese announcements, or is it someone else?
I have no idea on that one.
Well,
yeah, not a clue. All right, number 24, Score Bunny.
I love Score Bunny.
Score Bunny's a cutie. I think that's who. Did I choose Score Bunny? I can't remember.
I chose Score Bunny in that generation.
I think I chose Sobble.
Sobble's also really cool. I love all of Gen 8. Gen 8's got some great designs, not just in the starters, but in the whole Pokedex.
Well, it's like, here, have a soccer playing fire Pokemon.
Yeah. And I watched the Journeys anime when my daughter was a baby. And Score Bunny's got a really great personality in that one too. It's like very sporty, great compliment to Pikachu. Like they hold together really well.
That's cool. Yeah, you can see design is like, okay, that works. That is very classic, and I'm honestly surprised they're low. They're this low. I honestly expected to be a lot higher.
I thought this generation would be a bit higher, especially being more recent titles that were with the Switch and everything. But I guess not.
Yeah.
Number 25, Tepig.
I love
There he
Tepig.
is.
He becomes just a big chunky pig, but the first Tepig is really cute.
Self-cooking
yeah.
pork.
Yeah.
No,
He's an okay piece of bacon. He's all right.
he's very cute. Pig Knight is fine. Embor is kind of sweet, but I think were like, really, we're going firefighting again. I think that's the weakness of fire Pokemon is for a while, is that God, they're just, why is it always firefighting? And it still kind of holds true, even though it hasn't been the case for the last few generations. Like, it's been a while.
Yeah.
But it sticks with you. At 26, Chespin.
Chespin is one of my least, probably at the bottom list for me. I'm sorry, Chespin
Probably
fans.
right at the bottom for me too.
The problem with Chespin is that he has such a good first design.
Yeah.
And then you get the evolutions. It's like, what the hell is this? why does he look like this with Quilladin? And then you get Chestnut. It's like, okay, he's a knight, but what? Like Mega Chestnut is way better.
Mm-hmm.
I love the design Mega Chestnut, but the rest of the design is just like, it never, the evolutions never click with me. That being said, Chespin himself was fantastic in the anime.
Yeah, I don't have a frame of reference for that.
He was extremely mischievous and just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I think the only grass one we haven't had yet is Grookey, right? And you can't tell me Chespin's better than Grookey.
Grookey's a funny little musical monkey.
Yeah.
Why would that be lower than Chespin? I don't know about this poll, man.
It might work off the turtle. Might work off the turtle rules, where we already had one turtle, so we already had a monkey. So do we need a second monkey? Even though it's a different typing. Speaking of, number 27, Grookey.
Love Grookey.
Well, there you go.
Love Grookey.
Grookey's great. I love the concept of him becoming more musician as he evolves further and further.
Yeah, he's got a motivation. Does Chespin have a motivation? No, he doesn't.
Thwacky is a pretty weak mid-evolution, though.
Yeah, but Rillaboom's great.
Yeah, it recovers with Rillaboom, but Thwacky is oof.
It's a great name, but the design is as much to be desired. Rillaboom is a great Pokemon all around. This is also something different. I appreciate how, like, this whole entire line, when you have their Gigantamax, they don't actually change in size. It's everything else around them that gets huge, like Scorbunny that final evolution is standing on the giant ball. Grookey and Rillaboom, they have like a massive set of drums around them, which I think looks really cool, intimidating.
And Sobble gets the sniper's position.
Yeah,
I do like Sobble a lot too. We've not had Sobble yet, have we?
28, Sobble.
Oh man,
Sobble's fantastic.
Yeah. I like
just too low.
You just want to hug him. He's so sad.
Yeah, and then he becomes a professional killer by the end, though. Just like
he's he does. Like, good God,
he's crazy.
I love, like, how are we representing England? Soccer, James Bond, and the Beatles.
Basically,
that's what you're known for.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the sniper tower is so good for. It's so random for that one, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
Not sure how I feel about Drizzile. Like, it's kind of funny because he's all like scared and shy, crybaby as original, and then he gets to his teenage phase, and it's just like, I'm gonna be moody.
Yeah. And then the gradual evolution is secret agent.
Yeah.
You go from ammo to agent.
Yeah. That's how it always goes, right?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. But yeah. So 29, our very last, the very last, Quaxley.
Quaxley?
How is that possible?
Quaxley was the least voted on Pokemon.
Like, I know the evolution line has some people are divided against, but Quaxley itself, if we're just looking at Quaxley, it's just a little water duck with a hat. How do you dislike this Pokemon so much that it's at the bottom of your list?
We've got to trade places with Chespin ASAP.
At least Chespin, yeah.
I love Quaxley's design. This is my first time looking at their evolutions, Quaxwell and what the heck is this? Quackrival?
What do you think?
What's your opinion?
Not sure how I feel about the mid evolution. Quaxwell is fine. I don't know. Not as strong. And then I look at Quaxwell, and that's far too much hip on a Pokemon. That's
Man,
Quackrival.
If you've
Like,
ever
I know they're
seen
going Mardi Gras, but my God.
if you've ever seen its animation in game, it is constantly just doing some dancing at all times, and it's a lot for me.
Oh, that is interesting.
It's different though. Like you look at that,
it is
and you're like, what other
Stands
Pokemon
out.
is that? Yeah, it's not Oshawott.
It definitely has more personality than Oshawott. You're not wrong about that. So, yeah, there is the ranking of our 29 starter Pokemon so far. It'd be very interesting to see what our eventual Gen 10 starters will be like, what kind of animals they're going to be based on, and what the heck they're going to do with them.
Yeah.
The problem
and
with
I'm
this
sure,
video, Derek, is like every starter is someone's starter. So we're insulting a whole.
Oh yeah,
group
we're gonna
of
piss off
people
so
no
many
matter what
people.
we're
Oh yeah.
saying.
I'm sorry to all the
There's
Chester
Chester
fans out
fans in
there.
the comments who are angry.
Don't
right
take
now.
our opinions too seriously. We are definitely not authorities on this. I think there's something enjoyable. I think every single starter and their base form is great. It's just a matter of their evolutions that gets a little wonky here and there personally. But the base form, they're all fantastic. You can see a reason why you want one or the other. So yeah. I think it's fascinating. I think it's very fascinating. See how that goes. We have a lot of others. We could do like top 10 just Pokemon in general. Although that one might get into the it's like here's Mewtwo and all that stuff.
Are you gonna make a drop down list of 1,000 Pokemon, Derek? Are you gonna do that?
Maybe I won't do that.
The
other one, the other top 10 I thought about is top 10 like human characters. So not just limiting it to gym leaders and not just even just limiting it to gym leaders and Elite Four or anything like that. I mean, include the professors, include the side characters, include the rivals, include kid who loves his shorts.
Oh, I love that guy.
Gotta get Joey in there.
Yeah,
Meverse Mod says you could do generations. I fear the result of that is gonna weigh in a certain direction.
Yeah. God, it's insane to think we're over 1,000 Pokemon now.
It's crazy.
Like, we can do our top 10 megas. We can do top 10
that's true.
evolution stones. There's so much you can do.
There's a lot of possibilities there.
I
just looked up how many Pokemon. 1,025 Pokemon. Good God!
And we're about to get like another 100, like maybe more.
At least, probably more.
Insane,
crazy, But it's so interesting to look at starters because you look at which starter is who's people's favorites, and you can tell a lot from them. Like it's interesting to see what people will gravitate towards, even in just any generation. Which starter they choose from there. It's always fun. It's always fun to see.
Especially changes when you're a kid, because I think you just go off instinct. Like you're not going off any discourse or anything. It's just like I think that one's cute. That's what I'm going to go for. And even if it's an ugly little guy, you kind of stick with it, and you're going to get some fun memories of that.
You get attached. Yeah, you go on the whole journey together, and it's just like back in the day when your starter Pokemon was the most important decision of your life. I miss it.
I definitely have a lot more like fun. I used to like restart my save file all the time in Red and Blue and Silver and Gold, and just try different teams, try different starters. I think nowadays I don't have the time to do that, but I miss having that freedom just to experiment and do different starters, different teams. Like that's as fun as you can be for Pokemon, and it's always in your heyday, your childhood years.
Yeah, it's why I enjoy doing the occasional Nuzlocke, because it forced me to go outside my comfort zone of using this Pokemon or this Pokemon, and it's actually made me fans of Pokemon I wouldn't have thought of before, such as Turtwig. Like I ended up having a lot more affinity for Turtwig than you guys. So
yeah, it's fun to do those kind of runs. Like the last interesting kind of one I did like that was it was when I played Brilliant Diamond. I didn't take it too seriously, so I only used flying types during that run. It takes a It
You're like a
becomes
generic
very
Pokemon trainer that you
interesting
battle.
run
Yeah.
when you're
Bird Keeper
using
Daniel.
either flying types or one that looked like birds. So I use
Yeah.
Piplup because they counted enough towards
Sure.
bird.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well enough. Straight up bird trainer. So yeah. All
mean-
right. Well, that is it for this top 10 Pokemon list. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, the new next poll is already live. We'll have links to that both in the comments and the description. Our next top 10 is your top 10 game recommendations. I thought this one would be fun because we constantly talk about how these polls are a great way to find new games that you might not have played before and just experience those. So the way I thought about this one, because I think it's been confusing to a few people about how they should approach it. And the best way I can put it down for all of you is friend comes up to you, says, recommend me a game. I need a game to play, but I've already played all the Marios, all the Zeldas, all the God of Wars, all the Bioshocks, whatever. I've played all these massive games that everybody knows. What are some other recommendations? So, I'm not explicitly excluding the top 500 because there are there's stuff that made the top 500 from last year's top 10 polls, like GG Alest and whatnot.
Yeah,
that's not exactly a well-known game. That still kind of counts as like this hidden gem that you maybe want to recommend to somebody. But something like Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, you'd recommend somebody to play that, but it's not exactly a game that they wouldn't have heard of. So it's like going for those unknown titles that you just personally love that you would do. So it's going to be a wide range of games on here, but I think it'll be interesting to see where the common opinion kind of forms, and especially going to the top 50 and seeing where how that ends up.
Yeah.
So that's my best way of explaining is just a friend asks you for a recommendation, but doesn't want the games that are just everybody always plays. What would you say?
Yeah,
So
this poll's going to make your wallet cry.
Yeah. So it really is. And probably not worth having you guess, John. So I think I want you to think about it as well, because I want to have your recommendations. So give me I want your top 10 recommendations that people can build off from there, because there's no way to guess for this. There's too wide a range.
This is going to be just everything. The list itself is going to make Derrick cry from all the variety of votes going to have to count.
Yeah, I was mean to myself this time, but I thought it'd still be a fun resource to see what people recommend and finding those games that you might want to play. So yeah. But once again, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to GVG, hitting the like button, and ringing that bell. We also have our Patreon at patreon.com/GVGaming with plenty of extra perks. So until next time, bye.
We'll meet again.